There is no infrastructure there whatsoever.
Sure.
There is no electricity. There is no running water. There are no working bathrooms. You know, you literally have stepped in almost like into a time warp type of thing. Hey, this is Bruce.
This is Gareth.
Welcome back to episode 3 of the Spaghetti Junction,
That's right.
where we talk about stuff.
We just don't know where it's gonna go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So guys, what's been going on with you today?
Today,
This week, the last 2 weeks since we got together.
Oh, it's been a while, yeah. Dude, not much, eh? It's just been, to be honest, it's just been getting through every day. I'm not really of exciting topics.
Surviving
Right now. That's exactly what I tell, you know, when I'm at the shops and, you know, so how are you doing? I said, no, I'm surviving.
You know what? That's pretty much what about 90% of people are doing. I think in the world today, and especially down here in South Africa, for you international listeners, because we know you're out there.
Wow. Sweet.
So that got a little passionate.
A little bit feisty. But no, other than that, I'm good. I had to make a difficult choice of giving away Flash, so that was quite rough.
Oh my word.
Yeah, a little Flash dog that we mentioned just the last episode.
Yeah, this was your puppy.
My little puppy.
Oh no.
Yeah, I just got to a point where the owners of the house here didn't want him to be inside the house. And that was kind of where we gelled and where we bonded and stuff.
Oh.
So the only time that I would really see him is going to be like outside the house, and there's no garden for him here really to use. And he's like 4 months, man.
Yeah.
No, less than 4 months. So I just said to my owner.
Your owner.
Hello, God. No, to my landlord, that if he has anybody, you know, who wants to take Flash, yeah, and I did.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
So
sad, man. Because I knew you were pretty.
I was quite pumped about it.
You were very excited.
And the bastards didn't even buy his bed and his freaking soft toy. So I hope he whines and keeps them up all night.
Yeah, because I see that stuff still lying here.
Still here, and a freaking big ass bag of puppy food.
Well, you know what? I'm sure that they will get used sometime. So let's just keep the faith.
Wow.
Just keep holding on, man.
Well, that's fantastic. So yeah, apart from that, dude, just doing my job, my scanning all my files. The car's expensive, but I'm grateful that I have the finances to fix it all.
That's it, man.
Another gearbox.
That's awesome.
But you know what? That's not my issue. My major issue right now
Oh boy.
are people
Here we go.
who do not wear their masks over their noses. Freaking! I almost swore.
Oh, careful! It's still in the first half an hour on the
first
YouTube
half an
video,
hour. Yeah.
so,
What was the ruling you said about swearing on podcasts?
I don't know. Apparently, don't do it within the first half an hour. Don't ask me any details. But if anyone would like to write that, tell us in the comments section down below, that would be awesome, because we're only just getting into this.
What would they write though?
Telling us how the algorithms work, and why we're not allowed to fluke, as we say in South Africa.
Fluke. Yeah, you know, dude. If this was a podcast, for example, where we are of Irish descent, you can easily say
I know, right?
fork,
Oh, careful.
spoon, and knife. Yeah, pally. Sorry. Anyways, now that we totally just messed up.
I think that would be a great subject matter for a
Irish.
podcast. Is South Africanisms.
That's a
The
point.
different the words and phrases that you'll only hear in South Africa. We're that freaking unique. And yes, I said freaking. So
We are.
Yeah.
So, dude, people, no, so they piss me off, and I think that's a word I can use.
There goes the monetization.
And I think that went like the first episode. So, I mean, no, really, it's so frustrating when you're in a queue at the shop. Everyone's busy, obviously, it's like 5 o'clock, they want to go home. But I don't think I've been to one shop where at least 1 or 2 tellers haven't been wearing it over their noses. And it doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh no, of course it doesn't.
I mean, I just try and understand. So basically, there's a virus that kills people as long as you don't breathe it in through your mouth. But magically, we have this inbred Aquaman kind of filter on our noses that we've never known about until the virus came around. I mean, holy crap, we've always had this Aquaman filter to our noses that we never knew about. Thank you, virus, for making that clear. Dumb schmucks.
I gotta be honest, if I knew I was Aquaman, I'd be doing a lot of things differently, to be honest, but you know.
I'll be having a bath more. Oh, well, that's another story. No, but seriously, I just don't understand how people do that. Why they do that. There's no common sense.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what you think about it, but
why
would people even think of? It's just stupidity.
My main question about the masks thing has just been, I understand we have to wear them and stuff like that, but you know, I still see the virus as being able to get through masks. You know, if air can get through, then particles, like actual virus particles, can get through.
Correct.
So
But
I can see how it maybe like does sort of reduce the effect. Say if you do cough into your mask, sneeze into your mask, it probably does kind of reduce. But I can't see the virus or germs in general not getting through.
Well, it all depends on the amount of layers each mask has. Okay. The minimum a good mask should have is 5 layers.
Oh wow!
So if anything does come, look, for sure we don't really know how many layers thick a mask has to be to stop the virus.
Yeah.
But the more the better.
Okay. All right.
And it's like, so for example, you know the masks with the little vent system. Where I work, if you want to go in, inside. I mean, it's a rehabilitation center. You can only wear, your normal mask. A cloth mask with a blue and whatever mask, because the ones with the vents and stuff, the chances of that allowing in more of a. But anyways, it's a whole long story.
Okay.
It just irritates me.
It's a little bit. It's one of your pet hates.
Oh, it's huge because people just don't seem to. I don't know. I just find it a mixture of. I think people do know. They just are too selfish to care.
Or I'm not too sure.
Well, that was why that was disgusting. Anyways, so yeah, that's just one thing that's been mulling over in my brain for a while, and I don't think it's going to go away. This whole thing of Karens. Are you aware of Karens?
Of course, I'm aware of Karen.
Yeah, Karens are everywhere.
They are,
and unfortunately, a lot of them on the internet, which I've seen on YouTube, are from Australia. I don't know why. Maybe it just happens to be the ones that are caught. And America.
Jeez.
America is the land of Karens.
I got to be honest. If I don't want to be a manager right now.
Mm-mm.
In any field, I don't want to be a manager, because there's gonna be some lady who with the funny haircut, the funny like short at the back, long at the front, Karen haircut, who's gonna want to come and speak to me. Probably about something that doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't want to have to deal with it.
No. Because...
And apparently there's a male version.
Call it what?
And his name is Kevin.
Kevin and
Kevin. But there are not as many Kevins as there are Karens. But, we had to find it. I mean, guys can do it too.
Exactly.
Because equality.
Yeah, good.
And, gender equality. We live
in the right ages.
Yeah, I mean, I think both genders should have the right to complain equally to the manager.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So okay, there we go. I should maybe next time I should talk about a pet hate of mine. We alternate.
No, you don't have to. We have every day something comes up.
No.
I mean, now people think we actually have a structure.
Oh, jeez.
You kind of shot that one out the window. We don't really do structure here. Yeah. But anyways, I mean, cool. And there's what I'm reading now here, okay, is it's a website called kidshealth.org, and in it they have an explanation to children who might be frustrated at somebody not wearing their mask properly, and they have a little breakdown of questions you should ask in a nice way,
Oh, wow.
so that you can get your point across. Keep it friendly but firm. You could say, it would really make me feel better if you had a mask on. Or, since you don't have a mask on, let's continue this conversation at a further distance or via email. How many children under the age of, I don't know what this is, 14, have access to an email and know what even the hell that is?
You'd be
That
surprised.
smacks of sarcasm to me. Consider keeping oh, I just pushed the wrong button.
Oh, no.
Anyways, you want to find some interesting things on there, you can. But it's just very, very frustrating. And I hope everybody listening here isn't like that. Because then you can unsubscribe. I'm not joking.
Well, please subscribe first so we get our numbers up.
And then unsubscribe.
And then when you get all like, I don't want to swear, peeved with us. It's the only word I could come up with at a moment's notice.
Well, when you become a regular human being, then you can come back and subscribe.
That's it. There we go. Awesome.
Thank you.
We are at the 10-minute mark.
Oh wow, like a friggin' race car.
Yeah.
We didn't, we did this last time. We said we'd never do it again. We always wait right to the end to explain what's coming up on our topic, but that's okay. I think we should just go right into it.
I think we should do. I think
Good.
we should too.
This podcast is sponsored by 2020 Jokes. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because the chicken behind it didn't know how to socially distance properly.
So I guess it's up to me because
Well, this is you.
I'm the instigator.
You are the instigator of this week.
For all your South Africans, especially living in Joburg, you will know about an area called Kempton Park. What a lot of people don't know about is there is a massive abandoned hospital, the abandoned Kempton Park Hospital. I'm sure a lot of people do know about it, but I've spoken to quite a few who looked at me all funny. And
Hold on.
the story around the hospital is crazy because I think it opened in about 1985. 1994, they closed its doors. With all the equipment, beds, complete infrastructure inside.
Wow.
They moved all the patients out, and
Why?
they shut the doors and
Why?
left. This is the mystery, is that no one knows exactly why. No one knows the
left
truth.
everything in there.
They just left everything in there.
Okay.
The story, I was looking at some stuff a day or two ago. The story goes that it was being underutilized, which just I don't know, my BS meter just went off the charts there. I think it was probably more political than something else. It was 1994 was when government got handed over. The apartheid government stopped and democracy started in South Africa, and maybe it was closed to prove a point. We don't know. And what's scary is that all of this equipment, I mean, millions of rands worth of equipment, state of the art.
Yeah.
This hospital had a great reputation, and all of the state of the art equipment was left there. It wasn't redistributed to hospitals that really needed that stuff, and there were always hospitals that need new equipment and that.
So by the way, I do apologize for the dogs. Our recording studio upstate New York hasn't been available, so we're still in my house, and the dogs outside are still being dogs. So
Yeah, we're
apologies.
So the more subscribers we have, the more we can work towards a Joe Rogan style.
Joe Rogan studio.
Joe Rogan studio.
I'm there.
Possibly overlooking the Bay of Miami, and move this out of South Africa. That would be nice. Maybe just move it to Cape Town at least.
That could work. No. In fact, I would one day maybe one in Eisenhower's that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
We can move back and forth.
That would be awesome.
Fantastic. Right. Sorry, that was the dogs. Go back to you and
so yeah, this hospital it's quite a mind bender when you get in there, because it's surrounded by this massive fence, barbed wire and stuff, and almost kind of reminds you. It's almost like It reminds you a little bit of like, death camps in Germany kind of thing. When you come in, it's overgrown. It's you don't see the buildings for quite a while, and then suddenly, just when you're about 5 minutes away, do you see this big building sort of looming over Kempton Park, and it's just all overgrown and everything. And then you walk in, and it has been stripped now because people have gone in and they've all the equipment has been stolen. All the copper wiring's been taken. Pipes have been ripped out. There is no infrastructure there whatsoever. Sure. There is no electricity. There is no running water. There are no working bathrooms. You literally have stepped in almost like into a time warp type of thing. I was walking around the grounds today. I was walking along. There's quite a few roads in and around the property, and I almost felt like I was in an episode of The Walking Dead, because it was that oppressive, hot, humid heat. Yeah. And you could hear all the cicadas and crickets in the cicadas. Those weird little beetles.
I call them cicadas.
Cicadas.
I obviously come from another country.
I said tomato, you said tomato.
Cicadas. Yes.
And I literally found myself thinking back to watching Walking Dead.
I tried The Walking Dead, and I don't think I got through halfway through the first season.
God, I loved it.
And there's so many spin-offs though. There are
I didn't know.
There are so many other series linked to that. Like the recent one they've done is the first generation post the zombie. I haven't even watched it. The whole zombie apocalypse story, and how they formed a new city, and from their youngsters, from their kids now. So the original guys, then their children, how they're now building up a infrastructure. And
so have they kind of eradicated the walkers and eradicated the disease?
I don't know to the full extent. I can look into it.
Okay.
But I just know that and there's at least 3 other styles of series linked to The Walking Dead.
Is one of them at least a prequel as to like showing how it started?
I would imagine so, knowing all these freaking shows. There's always prequels.
Because season 1 started with
there's always prequels
with the sheriff character waking up, and it was happening.
Yeah.
So we didn't see what happened kind of leading up to that.
Well, I will do some research. Sorry, that's just made me think of the whole show.
Well, guys,
so I think it's a really good vision.
Yes, and this is a great just what happened here is the reason why we call this podcast the Spaghetti Junction, because we do always have a topic, believe it or not. We stayed we were on topic for quite a while. We actually did
very well
before,
and we'll go back onto it. I mean, we are there
before the Gareth freight train.
I just don't
hit
stick
the
on
bicycle
one topic all the time. Exactly, but that's why I'm here, and then you're here to keep things back on track.
So we tend to take detours from time to time, quite scenic detours. But we always come back to the main highway.
We do. Now the highway is at Kempton Park.
Kempton Park Abandoned Hospital.
Carry on.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff lying around, and it's absolutely stripped.
Who takes you on it?
There's through my photography club. I got in contact with a girl who runs these official outings to the hospital. Look, you can go there on your own.
Yeah.
Slip the guards a couple of $100, and you can beg them to let you in.
Oh, so they actually can.
Yeah, the place is under 24-hour guard.
Oh.
At our expense, the South African taxpayers' expense.
So what are they guarding? That's a whole other story.
I think they're guarding against squatters more than anything else. Because there's nothing there to guard. There's nothing left to steal.
Maybe the bricks.
Oh. I found a nice wooden ceiling in one of the rooms. I'm quite surprised all that wood was still there. But
that's what he said in the morning. Carry on.
And
that's disgusting.
And
carry on.
And
so she has like a what?
And she formed a
with
it took her quite a while. It took her quite a while. She formed a relationship with local government that she and I think it's probably a bit, it's a little business, probably a little side hustle of hers.
She makes money, I'm sure.
Yeah, she does. It's 300 rand a person.
Okay.
Okay. But you have to, have to sign an indemnity. So it's a little bit more like, but the thing is, there is no health and safety in that place. There are no barriers at the lift shafts. The lift shafts are all open. You can hurt yourself really badly in that place if you don't watch where you walk. You've got to wear normal closed shoes. You can't run around barefoot. So I wouldn't take kids there. And it's crazy, and it's just floor after floor of stripped hospital rooms. Sometimes you get something cool left in a room, like today I found one of the rooms has got one of these kind of examination beds in it that I'd never seen before. So that I thought was quite cool. But it's at about 2:00. I mean, we were there until 3. But from about 2, I was starting to get a bit bored because I was like, okay. And there's
what can you do?
But there's cool stuff. There's graffiti. There's all kinds of cool graffiti that people have done, and it's been completely vandalized. It's been destroyed. And there is no hope for that place ever being rehabilitated.
No, I was reading that it would cost them more to to basically get it back to working order than to demolishing it, because it's just. It's just super sad because sad's a lame word, but the point being that there was so much infrastructure, so much money, and and it's all gone. Yeah. It's all been farted away.
It's just.
I would have loved to have known exactly why.
Yeah, but I doubt we'll ever know.
It just makes no sense.
But it's just and like I said at the beginning, it's a mind bender. You struggle to get your head around this as you walk around. It's just because it's massive, and it's just corridor after corridor, and there's some look for photographers. It's fantastic because
so what kind of things do you look to take photos of? Because
because
it's like, to me, I mean, I like taking photos. But the thought of going into an old hospital taking photos, doesn't. I don't. How would you see benefit in?
Well, you see that there's a big niche of photography, taking photos of abandoned places. If you look on Instagram, the abandoned stuff around the world that you can take photos of is amazing, and you can create. If you know what you're doing photography wise, you can create really awesome stories. And it's all about composition and finding cool things. And the other niche is called, along with the abandoned stuff, is a niche of photography called Urbex. So it's like urban photography, but I think more along the kind of urban decay type of that goes in with the abandoned type of things. And and people like it, and then obviously we had models and stuff.
That was weird to me.
So people dress up. They'll do normal modeling, but then especially a lot of the girls.
What is normal modeling though?
Normal fashion modeling type of thing, where the girls especially normally female models, and it's normally just normal fashion clothes, but then they will get dressed up as like a cosplay character, or they'll get dressed up as like a vampire or a ghost, and because they want to take the photography to a new level of shock and surprise and all of that kind of thing. We had ballerinas there today.
Like a little ballerina.
And the ballerinas.
Ballerina.
Hey?
Forget it. Carry on.
The whole thing with that is that you have this beautiful girl in a ballet dress or a ballet tutu or whatever, pulling these ballet moves in these ballet poses, but in this background of just complete decay. So it's this weird sort of contrast.
It's very weird. I don't know who's going to put that up on their wall, but I guess it's.
No, trust me. Some
some
photographers do incredible things with that. It's amazing. I didn't really shoot any of the models. I kind of walked around on my own, just kind of trying to find stuff that told stories and all that kind of thing. So I also haven't taken photographs in a while, so I think my eyes are a little bit not quite in there anymore.
Yeah.
So I need to get back to that. But it was fun. It was a good.
That's good doing it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just a crazy place, and I encourage people to go, and just to go and see it. The other big thing that people like to do, especially people who are into the paranormal, ghost hunting, all of that, is they literally by choice go at night. This is something that that freaks me out completely.
Oh yeah, for
Blows
sure.
my mind, because that place, even if you watch the videos on YouTube that they've taken, it's creepy. Even in the middle of the day, there are some of the surgical theaters are deep in the bowels of the hospital, and then no
That's
daylight.
a great place for it. Sorry, the bowel.
The bowel.
That's when you really know.
Yes.
You're not going to come back alive from that at night.
Well, yeah, when you go, it's also good to talk
The
about.
bowel of the devil.
Yeah,
almost.
And also because you walk in there, you yourself.
What's
Anyway,
okay.
sorry.
I think you got you. Yes, carry on.
Yeah. So so you got to take in your own lights and stuff like that. You get some really cool photos. Don't get me wrong. There's also a morgue.
Wow.
There's also a
How
morgue.
much I've been missing out.
Yeah, there's the morgue is there with the slab and everything there. That's
Great.
got some cool photos of that today. Everyone just heads straight for the morgue when we get there. It's like,
And they just take a picture of what?
they'll put models on the slab, or they'll bring props like little dolls and toys and stuff like that, and
You guys are
they'll
freaky.
make really creepy photos. Yeah.
You guys are freaky. Sure.
Yeah, it's very cool. If you go, just go in a group, be safe, because there is no, like I said, there's no proper infrastructure, there's no safety infrastructure. So
Which sounds perfect for a hospital.
you fall down a mine shaft, no one's coming to save you.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, it does pretty
You
much.
signed it.
I mean,
Maybe that's one of the people that they'll meet in, late at night if they go there.
absolutely.
Some sorry sack of shit who fell down the friggin' and said, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm keen to do some crazy things, but this is probably, this will be for on the podcast one day. Whole supernatural. I believe in it. I just don't really believe it to a point where you're going to hear somebody talking to you in some ghoulish voice. Although I don't want to put it to a test.
Yeah, no, myself as well.
Because your mind can play tricks on you. Easily.
It can.
Half the things which happen, I can guarantee you, is just them freaking each other out.
I think also if you constantly think about that stuff,
Yes, you're gonna start.
you're gonna start. It's basically like you're gonna start seeing a demon behind every tree if you're constantly in that mindset.
Yes.
And so every time you switch the light out in your bedroom, it's gonna be like something's there watching me.
Do you have a tree in your bedroom?
No,
Because that would be weird.
that would just be weird.
Because there's only demons behind trees, he said.
I know.
All of a sudden now they're in your bedroom. You need some time.
Maybe
alone.
they're behind the tree that's just outside my bedroom.
How about a baby demon behind a bonsai tree?
You see now you just push the envelope right off the table.
It's gone. But I hear
Like,
you.
here's the line, and Gareth just pole vaulted
Yeah,
over it.
you got to play around. But your point is very valid,
You
yes.
have to bring in baby demons.
You
You
could-
really like. Oh god.
And like you said, I think on our first. Oh, that's a nice face.
Too bad we're not on video.
Definitely
Hey?
make sure that they get thrown out with the bathwater. Those are definitely going out with the bathwater.
Yes.
Definitely, the first thing going out in any bathwater is a baby demon.
So here's my spaghetti junction segue.
What is that?
Going off on another detour, guys.
I like it.
Detour warning, just like a trigger warning, but not.
Trigger warning. We pretty much are trigger warnings to many people. There goes how weekend we're hearing their voices. Yes.
I've been talking about evil kids or whatever. I don't know if you've seen a series called The Strain.
I've
it's
heard of it. I haven't never watched it.
It's a fairly old one. I'm on like season.
I actually
2
think I
at the
wanted to watch
moment.
it.
Very cool vampire virus type series.
Originality, yes.
And at the moment there are these sort of little like vampire. They call them spider kids because they can climb walls and stuff like that.
Lovely.
It's pretty scary, and they're busy hunting for these people, and it's just like.
So for everybody who wants to go to sleep tonight,
So crazy.
you might want some time with the light on before you sleep. And you can blame. I'd say mostly blame Bruce because he just brought in Spider Kids.
You mentioned baby demons.
Well, I did, but you You know what? We're all to blame here. Okay?
We're
all not going to sleep tonight.
I think we should just both
We're not
take the blame. We're both doing this podcast.
Exactly.
Although, remember at the first episode, I did blame you for the
You did.
podcast because it was your freaking idea.
I'll take a portion of it as long as it's good. If it's bad, then I want half. It's only I know half of it.
What disappoints me though is there's not a lot of abandoned stuff that you can actually access in Johannesburg. The problem is that they don't allow people into. There's apparently a Southern Sun hotel in the middle of Joburg that is completely abandoned, but you're not allowed in. It's trespassing if you go in, and
Correct.
you can't. And then the other place that would be amazing to go into, people have taken photos. I don't know if you can get in. The Carlton Centre Sky Rink.
Sky Rink.
Yeah, there was in the Carlton Centre in the middle of Johannesburg.
Ice skating.
There was an ice skating rink, but up on one of the higher floors of the Carlton Centre in the middle of downtown Joburg, and they called it the Sky Rink, and it was a very popular, back in the 80s, whatever, very popular. And it's since been abandoned. Apparently, all the ice skates are still hanging on their rails, and it looks amazing. I'd love to go, but
I'd imagine one of the reasons is because they don't want to be held liable for anything whatsoever to happen to anybody.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's probably
because
that.
I mean, like for example, if anyone does fall down that lift shaft at the hospital, it'll get out.
It's hectic. Yeah. I know this girl who runs the stuff. I know she is taking on a lot of responsibility, regarding that. But I don't think she's had an issue so far, and everyone is pretty responsible. It's not. I wanted
to ask: does any of that money go back to the government? I mean, like, what is their deal? Because I can't just say, sure, go ahead and make $300 a person.
I don't know.
We don't want anything back from you.
I don't know what her arrangement is. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds ominous. So
I'm sure it's all above board.
Sure it is. Yeah.
But anyway.
That's smashing.
But yeah. So yeah, that was...
Well, sounded like it was a good one, dude.
That was my very cool Sunday. And it was, abandoned hospital and then straight into a podcast.
This podcast is sponsored by 2020 Jokes. Recently, I ran out of toilet paper and I started using lettuce leaves. Today was just the tip of the iceberg. Tomorrow remains to be seen.
Okay, well, we've come to the end of another 30-something-ish minutes.
This is good, yeah.
We really try and keep it to half an hour.
We try. It's actually not bad because the first one was long.
It was, yeah.
So well done.
Yeah, we chatted for way too long. Anyway, guys, if you like what we're doing, please like, comment, subscribe, share. Just, hit us up on the comment section. Let us know if you want us to talk about anything interesting. We'd love to hear your feedback. Tell us if you like us. Tell us if you hate us. Hecklers welcome.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know if we should go to the point of telling people if they like us or not. Because I'm only young. I don't want to get scarred. I'm impressionable and scarred, and I bruise easily, as my friends.
No, I bruise easily.
You bruise easily.
Yes.
Is that funny?
I thought
That's
it was
terrible.
I know.
On that note, I'm out of this podcast. Thanks for listening, people.
Okay, guys. We'll see you in another 2 weeks.
Or so.
You
don't have to.
Ish.
You and your time freaking calendar crap.
I know. Oh, geez.
Wow.
I'm thinking way too inside the box these days.
You are.
You're the one who thinks outside the box.
Outside. Okay. Get out. Play. Have fun. Goodbye.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Bye.